Hey y'all, and welcome back to our kitchen. Today in the kitchen, the recipe is called Christmas crack. Have y'all ever heard such a name? But anyway, some people call it Christmas candy, Christmas cookies, brittle, toffee candy, whichever one you want to pick. It's still delicious. So come on and let's get to cooking our Christmas crack. The first time I ever had this dessert was at our elementary school where I used to work. And a lady named Helen brought it, and it was our little Christmas party we had, and she actually made it out of white chocolate with peppermint. But today we're doing milk chocolate with walnuts or either Christmas sprinkles. So come on and let's get started on this simple, easy dessert. I'm going to turn y'all around here now and show you all the ingredients it's going to take to make this Christmas crack. This is the kind of pan you're going to use for your cookie recipe. And you need a pan with a side on it. And once you figure out which pan you want, you need to wrap it real good in aluminum foil, because that sugar will burn in your pan if it gets too, when it starts getting real hot in the oven, once you start baking it for 5 minutes on 400. So wrap your pans in foil, or you can use parchment paper, but I like to use aluminum foil just to be safe. And when you get it done, this foil helps you lift it up a little bit to get the crackers out easy to crack the candy. So that's what you need for that to put it in. And this is the other utensil you're going to need. You're going to need a long handle spatula, or either a wooden spoon or a wooden spatula, whatever you got. Just don't use your silver spoons, because the sugar is a lot harder to come off of the spoon. So get you one of these, make sure the handle's a little bit longer so you don't burn your hand while you're cooking your sugar down. And you're going to need a pot, a good thick bottom pot to boil your sugar and butter in. Okay, now that we went over what kind of utensils you're going to use, I'm going to show you what you're going to need for this Christmas candy. You're going to need 2 sticks of butter. And a stick of butter is a half a cup, so you need 1 cup of butter. You need 2 sticks. You need 1 cup of light brown sugar. You need 3/4 cup of nuts. Any nuts that you like, or any you have in your house, on hand in your pantry will work, so you don't have to spend extra money for your toppings. You can use any kind of toppings you want. And right here I even have some Christmas sprinkles, and I might even use a little bit of those on part of it. And I've got 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. You can put 1 cup, but I usually add a little bit extra because I like a lot of chocolate on top of our Christmas candy. And you need a cooking spray to spray your pan. Don't forget to spray your pan, because that'll help your crackers come off easier. And plus the foil will help you too. Or the parchment paper for your pan, whichever pan you use. That'll help you release the crackers from it, because if you just use the plain pan, they will stick to your pan. So don't do that. Don't do it like that. I've tried. It don't work. So you need your pan wrapped in foil or parchment paper, and that makes this whole process a lot easier to get your candy off the pan once you get it made. But that's your ingredients, plus of your chocolate chips. And also you need your 2 sleeves of crackers. You may not use the whole 2 sleeves, but I always like to have 2 sleeves just in case. One of them has a lot of broke pieces, and I'll show you why in just a minute. So usually if you've got 2 sleeves of crackers, that'll be extra, but if you have 1, you can go ahead and use them if you're watching your money to make this a cheap Christmas candy. or Christmas, or a budget-friendly dessert for your family any time of year. But just to be on the safe side, I do have 2 sleeves of crackers in case I have a lot of broke ones, and I'm going to show you why you want whole crackers. So let's turn around here and we're going to get started on our Christmas candy. Okay, and before you start, make sure you spray your pan. Not a heavy coat, just do light mist, but you want to spray your pan before you start putting your crackers on them. That way they're easier to come off. Now let's start laying our crackers. We're going to start by opening our crackers. And we're going to start just laying them out in a pan. And you want to put them real close together. And this is a recipe you could let your kids help you with. You could let them put the crackers out and be real easy. And it's sort of like putting a puzzle together. So that would be something they could help you do if you had little ones in the house. And I'm putting them in here real tight. And see, like, here's one I'm going to set to the side, because I'm trying to use just the whole crackers. But now, if you wanted to, you could put them more in the center of the pan and leave like a little area on the sides, and you can make one sleeve work. But I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 sleeves because I want to pack it real full all the way to the edge, even if I have to break some crackers to make them fit right here along the side. I may have to break some in half. So the ones I'm putting to the side, I may actually even use. I may not have to break them. It looks like they'll fit in there. It's a tight squeeze, but it'll go. Okay, and see, you've got about a half a sleeve left when you do use 2, just to make sure you don't have any broke ones in it. But that's how you line your crackers up right there. And now we're going to set these to the side and work on our caramel mixture. Okay, I have my pan not on yet. And we're going to start adding our butter and our sugar. And I'm not going to turn my heat on until I get my butter and sugar in there. And right before you start to get ready to make your caramel mix for your butter and your sugar, go ahead and preheat your oven to 400. And that way it'll be ready for you once you get your caramel mix on the crackers, because you gotta work fast. We're gonna start by adding our 1 cup of butter, 2 sticks, and you can use salted butter or unsalted butter. Just make sure you use real butter. And now to our butter, once we have it in the pan, we're going to go ahead and add in our brown sugar. And now I'm going to cut the heat on like a medium-low, just to start letting my butter and my sugar melt down. It's starting to melt. Just keep it mixed. Once your butter starts melting down and the sugar starts dissolving. Now you can see the butter and the sugar starting to really melt down and cook together. Incorporate both of them together real good, and that sugar and butter will just start coming to a slow simmer. But that's not what you want. I'm going to show you how you want it once you get it all good and melted. And once it dissolves and the butter all melts, we're going to turn the heat up just a little bit to like a medium high. And just give it a little stir every once in a while. Just don't let it stick to the bottom once it starts dissolving. Just keep a little light stir going. And whatever you do, don't walk away from it. Don't do it. And you can see on the top right there how the butter is starting to separate. But that's fine. It'll all incorporate once it starts boiling and cooking. But you can see how your butter's melting down and dissolving. But it'll all incorporate together, the sugar and the butter will, once it starts coming to a good boil. Or roaring boil. That's what you've got to get it to. Not just a simmer. This is a good, simple, easy, cheap dessert for families that's having to watch their money right now. This is still something easy and simple that most people have in their house already, that you can use to make you a Christmas dessert or any time of year. It's just a good old-fashioned recipe. Okay, see how it's starting to simmer around the edges? That's still not the boil you're looking for. You got to keep letting it get hotter. Our oven is preheated to 400, so it's ready for us. Okay, now that's the roaring boil. That's what you're looking for right there. So now we're going to start timing it, and we're going to cook it for 3 minutes. And it's going to start looking gooey and real sticky. It's changing texture, but that's what you're wanting it to do. It's actually making your homemade caramel sauce. The sugar and the butter. Okay, our timer just went off. We cooked it our 3 minutes, and this is what it looks like right here. That's what you're looking for. So we're going to move that off the heat and get over there and get ready to put it on our crackers. Okay, now we're going to pour our mixture over our crackers. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. Now this right here is why you need a pan with sides on it. That way your sugar mixture don't come out in your oven, because this would be a mess if it got in your oven. Make sure you get it all out of there. And now you're just going to take your back of your spatula and just spread it out evenly as you can get it on each cracker, as even as you can get it. And now you see why you try to use whole crackers. That way it stays in place just like a puzzle. It makes it a lot easier than having little pieces. And it don't have to be perfect, because you're gonna have to even do this again with your chocolate. Just be real gentle so you don't move your crackers around. Just try to get it on each cracker. Oh, it smells good. Okay, and now once you have that all even in the way you want it, we're going to add our chocolate chips. And right here's 1 cup. And I may use more. I may go ahead and use that half a cup I've got measured out. And now this is where you could use white chocolate, peppermint chocolate, peppermint candies crumbled up on top. That's how Helen done hers. The nuts. You could even go and like use M&Ms, whatever kind of candies you got in the house, just to make it pretty and fun. I'm actually going to use this for a little gift. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the rest of this chocolate also, because I love chocolate. Travis does too. You could use pecans, walnuts, peanuts. All right, now right here, once you get your chocolate on there, you've got to time it and let them sit there for 3 minutes. That's not easy to do. Time it for 3 minutes. And that's hard to do because you want to start messing with the chocolate chips, but let it sit there for 3 minutes, and that's melting your chips a little bit. That way you can smear them out. And also, if you wanted to, you could melt your chocolate in a bowl with about a teaspoon of coconut oil and just keep it stirred every 30 seconds until you get your chocolate melted. But this is just as easy, and this is the way I learned how to do it from Helen. So either way, you can do it this way or melt your chips in the microwave. But we're going to let that sit there for our 3 minutes. Okay, now that they've sat there for the 3 minutes, we're going to go ahead now and just smear our chocolate over the top. And that caramel sauce, where it's so hot, once it gets on those chocolate chips, the chocolate chips just sits there and they just start melting down. That makes them easy to rub on your crackers. Okay, right here, once you get your chocolate smeared on there good, you can actually go ahead and add your walnuts now, or if you don't like them toasted, you can wait till you bring it out of the oven, because we're fixing to put this in an oven on 400 for 4 to 5 minutes. We've just got to watch it. But I'm going to go ahead, because I like the walnuts with a little toasty taste to them, and I'm going to go ahead and add it to the cracked candy right now before we put it in the microwave. So right here's my nuts, and I'm using walnuts today. And I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle them on my candy. And I'm only going to put half and put them pretty heavy on one side of my candy. And on the other side, I'm going to add some Christmas sprinkles. These right here. And now we're going to get it in the oven. And we've got to watch it real close. All right, our timer just went off. We're going to get it out. Okay, now that we've got it out of the oven, we're going to let it sit here and cool down for about 20 minutes or so, because you've got to put it in the refrigerator now for about 3 to 4 hours and let it turn hard. And then once the 3 to 4 hours are up, you're going to take it out, break it up, and then we'll show you what it looks like. But for right now, we're going to just let it sit here and start cooling down. Okay, there's what it looks like once we got it out. It's been chilling for about 5 hours actually. And now I'm going to show you why it's called cracked candy. Holding it like that. Okay, now we got all the foil off our candy, and we're going to break it up and show you how it breaks up once you let it chill for those hours that you have to let it chill for. It's not a set time. It's just whenever you chill it and you get ready, just within that day at least. But I'm going to show you how the back looks. You've got one sheet of Christmas candy, and we're going to break it up into little servings. Now you can go along the crease of the crackers, like on this end, and fold it right there where your cracker line is, and try to break it that way. But that's why it's called cracked candy. You just crack it, and usually it's going to crack the way it wants to crack. But now sometimes you can get each cracker separate. And then on this end, we'll do this one. And see, this is the one with the nuts. The walnuts. See how that cracker broke as a single cracker? And just break it up into the serving size you want. About this size right here is how we like them. Okay, y'all, that's our first day of making Christmas candy. And I'm pretty pleased with that. I think it turned out pretty, and it's real simple to make. It don't cost a lot of money. It's easy, and it's delicious. So I hope y'all give this recipe a try, and let us know what you think. And I've already tried it, but I'll give y'all a taste test. It's good, y'all. You need to try it. You're gonna like it. But be careful. You can't eat just one.